What's the word? It's your favorite father figure, Sincerely Dad. I'm not here to save you. I'm just here to inspire you to save yourself. Boston's own, Atlanta repping, here with the industry's most wanted. You see what it is, baby.
Too many my niggas done died, sad, cause some of them niggas is really alive. Niggas be bitch to the skies, know that I'm next, they mad, it's all in their eyes. Just take it easy, stick to the Yeezys, my nigga, you don't want this kind of slide. Came from the gutter, but I still be shopping at Publix for a little peace of mind. Ooh. Bro, I got a pitch, they know that I'm lit, your hoe wanna hit, I put on that shit, bitch, I'm never...
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we're live. Where are we at?
Industries.
The big one, not the little one, you better tell them. Listen, I heard we got a superstar checking in today, man. Sincerely Dad, the one and only representing Players Club Music Group. What is going on, family?
How you doing, Tampa?
Man, good to see you, bro, for sure. Of course. I think we're overdue for this.
We are. It's been a while, man. You know, Atlanta is small, so, you know, you bump into people a lot, but it's a pleasure to truly be here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here. You're out here doing a lot, man. I really commend you. You know, you got new music out. You just came back from South by Southwest. Turn it up.
It was crazy.
Man, give us an introduction.
What's up, people? Sincerely Dad here, PCMG's very own. Jack and Coke out right now on all platforms, baby. Not your favorite father figure. I'm always your favorite father figure. You know what's going on, Tampa. It's always a pleasure. It's definitely overdue, man. It's beautiful in here. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, thank you. I appreciate
lovely,
that.
For real.
I'm really big on aesthetics and good energy. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
100%. Well, let's take it back a little bit because I want people to understand your journey. You're originally from Boston.
Yeah.
You were living there until about how long ago?
I think my entire lineage moved out here in 2005. So my mom, my grandmother, 3 generations for her.
That's beautiful.
Just bounced from Boston and came out this way.
What brought you guys out here, if you don't mind me asking?
Honestly, I think it was just opportunity.
Yeah.
My mom's a nurse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did mention that.
Honestly, my mom and both of my aunts are nurses, so they all came out here and took advantage of what was going on in the city.
Sure.
And we hit right to the south side, and it's been great ever since.
On and popping ever since.
Yes, for real.
Coming out here from Boston, what was the biggest change for you? Was there a culture shock? Was it easy to adjust?
It was definitely a culture shock. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Being from Boston, you know, it's you got some racist people up there for sure.
Sure.
But it's a mix of everything. So I grew up in the projects, and I got Puerto Rican, Spanish people, Asians. So it's a melting pot of everything. But coming down here, it was just straight black people, which was dope. It's beautiful to see it. And Atlanta is predominantly a black city, so it's cool. I like this. I feel comfortable with my people out here. I ain't have to worry about fighting somebody, calling me crazy names and shit like that. So
you don't want to have to walk around with your head on a swivel because the weirdos that are out there.
Man, them people in Boston was calling black people Mondays. Man, nobody like Mondays. That's crazy.
That's just
it's different now.
You know, it is because, I grew up in a family where I never dealt with that. There was never an ounce of racism in my family.
You was raised right. I
man,
that.
My dad told me at a young age, because I've always dated black men, my son is biracial, and it's my dad told me, my sister as well, he's told us, I don't care who you date as long as he treats you good.
That's the most important.
Yeah, honestly. It was never ever an issue for us, and I was I thank God that I was raised the right way. Yeah. Mom, same thing, treat people how you want to be treated. 100%. Love on people.
100%.
That's how I was brought up. So it's it blows my mind that people still have that sense of ignorance about them. Even today they do. It's crazy.
I just leave them where they be. My brother got a white baby mom, white girlfriend, and their family is extremely accepting. So
that's beautiful.
It is super nice, to see it. But it gotta take the good with the bad. Sometimes.
Absolutely, because it comes in all races, more so in the older generation.
That's what it is.
I think it's getting a little bit better as because a lot of these kids coming out now are mixed of some sort. You know what I'm saying?
So it's you can't hide from it and run from it. For
absolutely.
Too long. But, I feel one day it might phase out, but right now we still got some work to do.
I think about that too. I'm I don't think I'll ever see it in my lifetime.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But it possibly could happen, and I pray that it does.
Me too.
And I've been coming to Atlanta. I love talking about this since the 90s because I came out here for the real Freaknik.
That's crazy. To live through that, I would have loved to.
Man.
Time machine me to the Freaknik just one time.
It was probably one of the best experiences that I've ever had in my life is coming out here for that because it was just me and one of my homegirls. I was probably 19, 20 years old.
In your prime.
In my prime, looking good.
Turning up.
And we felt safe though. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like we came out here as two young women and we didn't feel like nobody tried to violate us. If we felt safe. I don't know if I would do it today if they had that type of gathering, because people be toting guns and stuff everywhere.
Ridiculous stuff out here.
But it was beautiful though. That's what made me, I was like, I'm gonna live in that city one day, and boom, here I am.
I seen that Hulu documentary. It looked pretty decent. Man.
It was super dope. Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Absolutely. So you've been doing music for a very long time.
Super long.
Really long time. Professionally, we'll say 15 years. Long time. You had your business together.
Absolutely.
Take us back, because I don't want to understand your full journey. Why music?
Honestly, so like growing up in Boston, I got cousins who lived in New York, older cousins. So when I was probably like 10, 11, they was like 16, 17. And this is like early Dipset days.
Sure.
So they coming from New York to Boston every summer. And they like, every summer we come out here, if you don't got no 16, we gonna whoop your ass. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me make sure I'm prepared, because I ain't trying to get beat up. And they came every summer and they was like, yo, you kind of good at this.
Yeah.
You kind of good at this.
He fly. He knows what he's doing.
So
that's like, really dope.
I just stayed to it, and I came to Atlanta, and it was just a whole different energy. And I was like, I can really pursue this out here.
Well, let's talk about that, because the music style is definitely different.
I appreciate that.
Definitely different. I feel like you have the type of sound and even image that will allow you to stand out from a lot of other artists out here.
Yeah.
Same thing with Clay James.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Like we say, he be suited and booted. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. How do you take that approach when you're putting your music together to make sure that you have that standout music?
Honestly, I just stand on making music for adults. That's just how it is for me. Like I've always felt like I have more of a commercial look. So that means I could probably reach more of an audience, or a wider audience than most people can.
Yeah.
But I've always been like firm on like putting the medicine in the music. So I like to like, I want you to hear it and be able to leave with something that you can like, yo, that's a bar.
They felt that.
Yeah, like, all right, let me listen to this again, because I might learn something else. So
absolutely.
That's always been my kind of like my motto or approach to music, for real.
Got you. Where do you typically draw the inspiration from?
That's a good question. I can pull inspiration from anywhere,
really?
Honestly. Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm inspired being in this room, for real. Like just seeing somebody else motivated kind of motivates me as well. But I just know I got something to say. So more than anything, that's really where the motivation, inspiration comes from. So I just pull from that. Like, all right, cool. I hear a lot of people not saying nothing in their music, or they leading people to their death, or they leading them to the wrong way. So it's like we need somebody to really like kind of change that and be the face of like positivity. Absolutely.
Somebody's got to change the narrative.
I'm telling you, that's what it is, 100%.
That's what you're here to do.
It's a negative connotation on music right now.
Yeah.
And that's why I really rock with PCMG, because all the artists on the label, like, ain't talking about shoot 'em up, bang, bang. We all grown men, grown women who really just trying to get to it the right way, for real.
Definitely.
Let the talent kind of speak for itself.
What is your creative process? Do you write?
Not physically, but I write every day. Like, I've gotten to a habit of even if it's like 2 lines, I'm going to try to write it every day, because I feel like music is a muscle. The brain is like, the more you write, the better you get. So every day, like, I just be on YouTube, or I got a lot of producers that send me beats, and I just stay in the creative mode at majority of my day.
Got you. How many unreleased songs do you have right now?
I got 3 hard drives. That's all.
Dang, you got a plethora.
Yeah, man, we've been working for years, bro. I done lost some hard drives too.
Man.
Shout out to the people that stole my shit.
I know that's hurtful. Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Oh, bitch ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, for real, man. Stole my shit, man. But yeah, I always work, man. Even the project I just put out, like, I was in the lab for like 6-hour sessions every week, just locking in, like, this is where I'm going to spend my time. If we're going to do this, then this is what we're doing.
It's truly a passion for you.
It is. Honestly, I've tried so many other things. Like, I had a clothing line. I've done shoes for a while, but everything has brought me back to music. So it's like, I might as well just stop running from it. Because
absolutely.
This is clearly my calling.
God is calling you. We have to be obedient to that too.
You got to understand when he's trying to send you the signs. Like, some people just ignore it, and it's like, all right, cool. I ain't ignoring it. He's clearly trying to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, so let me just focus on that.
Absolutely. Do you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose through music? And if so, what is your purpose through music?
It is. I feel like I'm beginning to.
Okay.
After a certain point of time, it's like you got to figure out what your purpose is, and I feel like I'm at that point now. I've been doing music for so long, and it's just been like so much focused on the bars, but now it's more so focused on the message. And the message is just like, I make music for adults. I'm here to like inspire Black fathers or fathers in general. Like, that's my movement right now.
Sure.
That's how I'm moving for real.
Absolutely. So it's safe to say that the theme of what you talk about in your music has changed and evolved over the years.
100%. It's a lot more mature. It's mature music for sure. And it's dope though. I like that even for myself, because like going back and listening to my old songs, it's like, boy, you was talking crazy.
A little reckless.
Yeah, you ain't saying nothing for real. The bars was there, but like the message now was a lot different now. It's like real game that you can take with you.
I think a lot of it comes from when you become a parent.
That's what it is. You ain't lying.
Everything, it becomes bigger than us instantly.
That's the one right there.
Man.
See, a child gonna make you or break you, so keep that in mind, and that's how I feel.
Absolutely. How many kids do you have?
Just one. That's
Just
my
one.
guy. Yep.
How old is he?
He just turned 9 Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's my dog, man.
How did fatherhood change your life?
Ooh, man. I was raised by my father. Me and my mom have a great relationship, but I was raised by my father, so I had a great example of how to do this.
Amazing.
So shouts out to my pops, for real. That's my heart. So just seeing him, he taught me everything: how to cut hair, how to fix a car, how to build a house. Literally, I have a renovation company off of stuff that he has taught me.
Amazing.
He's worked in Lord & Taylor's for years, so I feel like that's where my fashion sense or my fashion drive comes from. But pretty much a jack of all trades. So, and he's taught me everything, and I get to pass that down to my son as well.
I think that every boy and girl has to have a father figure. Not to say a woman can't raise their kids on their own and do a phenomenal job, because I was a single mom. However, my dad played a crucial role in stepping in to teach my son, like you said, the manly things. Because there's some things we as women, we just can't teach them because we're not a man.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So that's beautiful that, you know, you're like you said, you got a great relationship with moms, but your dad is the one that raised you,
100%.
instilled that. Now you're doing the same thing for your son.
I had no choice but to be a great father, because I was raised by a great father.
Absolutely. Is your son a big fan of your music?
Yes, he's with me everywhere.
I love it.
Everywhere I go, every studio session. I had a mic drop yesterday all the way in Griffin. And he's at that point now where he got a phone and an iPad. So he'd be FaceTiming all his friends. He'd be group chats. And they like, Grayson, where you at? He said, I'm at the studio with my dad. He's shooting the music video. I'm like, man, that's low-key a flex, bro. Like, they know.
He's the coolest kid on the block.
Man. All my homies know him. They respect him. They love him. He be everywhere. So if you see me 9 times out of 10, you're going to see him.
That's beautiful. Does he want to do music? Has he expressed that as an interest?
Nah, he's big into like games and stuff right now. So I'm pretty much going to water that seed. I feel like if he does want to do music, cool.
Sure.
I'll show you the ropes. But I feel like once he gets to an older age, time's going to be different.
Yeah.
So I'd rather him like lock in on technology or something of that nature, something that's going to advance him. Because the music, you don't know, it get fickle at times, for real.
Absolutely. And he's 9, so he's still literally almost like a baby, in my opinion.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to let him be a kid.
I'm big on letting him be a kid. Like, I got homies, they kids be out here cursing and doing all like, he ain't on that.
No.
He play Roblox and watch cartoons and YouTube videos. That's what he on.
I agree. And I feel like by giving them a little bit of grace like that to kind of pick and choose what they want, it's going to turn them into a more respectable adult.
For sure.
My son, you know, I let him play video games because I knew where he was at. He was home. He's in the house. He's safe. Now he's got a college degree. Was in the military, and he does coding for a living. Like, he's a brainiac. You know what I'm saying? And I think it comes from playing them video games and stuff.
I really truly feel like that. Like, I hear a lot of parents talking about like, you'll limit the screen time, but that's cool. I feel like we didn't grow up with the screens.
Sure.
This is how they're growing up.
Yes.
So if he can learn while he's on the screen, then cool, do that.
And it really, to me, the main thing is it really sharpens their attention to detail.
Yeah.
Because in order to play these video games, they got to be locked in.
For sure.
To not lose. And, you know, they don't like losing in video games. They be in there yelling and screaming. And
he ain't playing. He locked in for sure. But I love it though, man. That's just the generation we living in right now.
Absolutely.
So you gotta accept it.
You be gaming with him sometimes?
I'm not a gamer.
You're not a gamer?
Nah, I'm not a gamer. I let him do it. I never really grew up on games. I do have a game, but I got a Nintendo 64. So
got you.
Old school type.
I know that's right.
That's type time I'm on.
How did you and Clay meet?
That's my dog. We met, I want to say 2021, 22. We was both managed by Ferrari Simmons.
Yes, shout out to Ferrari, man.
That's my guy, man. Shout out for Ferrari, for real. So we met, and he had a video shoot, and I've always heard about Clay, like, around the city, but we really, like, locked in through Ferrari, made records, and then Ferrari kind of dissolved the company, and then Clay already had PCMG, and he was like, bro, I'm going to bring you over with me because I like what you got going on. We've been rocking ever since.
Man, how do you feel being a part of his movement that he had established enhanced what you already had going on? Because you already had your own movement going on.
Honestly, he just kind of leveled up a lot of things for me. Clay is well connected. Like, a lot of people respect him. They respect what he's done, what he's doing. So it kind of made sense for me to fit in there. So I was like, all right, cool. I know I'm in good hands. I've been in a lot of situations. Like, I got my first deal at 17.
Man.
So, like, you know how that goes, like being shelved or being, like, put to the side, pushed to the back burner type shit. But it wasn't that. Like, Clay puts a full effort with everybody on the label. And still move by himself too.
Definitely does. And I feel like that's what separates him from a lot of other label owners out there is because it's not all about him.
Yep.
He knows it's bigger than him. Yep. He's got a movement, and he definitely puts individual spotlight. I see it because he and I do a lot of blog work together. And for each artist on the label, we be, blogging and writing articles and stuff like that. And I love that about him. That's why guys continue to, shout out to Clay, man.
For sure.
Love that dude.
We just went to South by Southwest. I want to say we got me, Elway, Clay, Pimp Sweet Tooth, Charlize, Young Bo. And it's like we out there 40, 50 shows and nobody paid a coin. Man. Everybody is performing on multiple stages just off of connects that he made, bro. So it's like you got to respect that because no other label or owner, CEO is doing that and still an artist at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, he's not selfish, so I respect that for sure.
100%. Yeah. I say it all the time. Relationships will put you in places that money cannot.
1,000%.
Like, there are certain places you can't buy your way into, but them relationships will walk you through the door. And Clay's done a phenomenal job of that. A lot of people don't know he was signed under Doggy Style at one point in time. You know what I'm saying?
From South by Southwest.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's important to hit those type of events and platforms and, networking events because you never know what position it could put you in.
When he was telling me that story not too long ago, he's like, bro, it was like 10 people at that show.
Yeah.
But some of them knew Snoop Dogg.
That's right.
They see me perform. They loved it. They called him. Next thing you know, I'm locked in.
Man.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It can happen like that. Bro.
Just like that. And that's why when you walk into a building as an artist, if there's only 10 people there, perform like there's a million.
I'm telling you, all right, bet I'm finna get 10 new fans. Watch this.
Right.
That's the outlook you got to have on it for real.
Absolutely.
Some people lose energy like, oh, ain't nobody here. I don't want to perform. I ain't trying to hear that.
Nah, it's one of those moments, if not for nothing, use it as good practice to build your confidence on stage because a lot of artists, they're confident off stage. When they get on that stage, they're not so confident.
It's different. You can see it too.
Yeah, you could definitely see it.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like about the team. Like, all of us is real seasoned. Like, he just picked up Alex Ransom, and she is super seasoned. I used to see her running around the city going crazy. But everybody is tuned in. We fine-tuned. Like, we know how to move. We look comfortable. We don't sound like we nervous. Like, professionals.
Absolutely. I heard you say that you did a mic drop in Griffin, Georgia yesterday. Yeah. Is Elway still out there?
Elway still out there. Yeah. He's Nipsey Hussle with Griffin. For sure. I was at my homie Jet Taylor Studios, and that's like they super locked in. So me and Elway working on a project right now, and we've recorded a lot of music down there in Griffin.
Dope. What was the vibe like out there?
It was always love. I've been rocking with Jet for years too. So they just started doing these mic drops. So I told him I wanted to get one because I'm really on the promo run right now for myself on this project right now. So I'm trying to get in tune with everybody that I can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you put out, especially a whole body of work, man, you got to be in everybody's face.
That's what it is. You got to keep throwing it in their face, bro. I don't care how you feel. It's either you're going to support it or you're going to move around.
Yeah. And I told you it's so crazy because I was just going to tell Clay, I'm like, I think I've had all his other artists on the platform. I'm like, what are we doing? Why haven't we made this? Yeah, we were on the same time. Yeah.
But I was big on that because once I started working with Clay, I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to put this project together. And when I got a product to push, then I'm going to really get outside. And it just lined up perfectly. So I was like, all right, cool. Tampa is definitely on the hit list. She's always been moving around the city. That's a circuit that you got to touch.
Yeah.
Got to tap in with. So I was like, all right, bet the project is out. Appreciate the blog post.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah.
So once I seen that, I was like, all right, let me tap in with
It's time for that.
Yeah, it's time for it. 100%. No more waiting. We got to get over
No, the time is now.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. You also had the opportunity to perform on 106 in Park.
Yeah.
Man, first and foremost, congratulations. That's major. Tell us about that experience. What was that like for you?
Man, this was when I was with my homie, Myth Hits. He had Pop, Lock, and Drop.
Yep.
Huey and them. But he was managing a young artist at the time. I forgot young name. Please forgive me. But we flew out to New York. It was a vibe out there. He performed. I got to perform. And it was like a 2-day trip, but just to be out there and know that I touched the 106 in Park stage, man, not too many people could say that.
Legendary.
I'm telling you, that's a blessing. This was back when AJ and Free was up there. And
man.
Yeah.
I would have gave anything to been able just to be in the audience watching that.
I'm telling you, it was. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm lying. It was Roxy. That's when Roxy was
okay.
Yeah, that was her era.
Still a vibe though.
Still a vibe
100%.
for sure, man. Seeing her in person was like, yo, okay.
I know that. I'm really here. Yeah, I'm really doing something.
It's crazy sitting in the back room, like watching the performers go from the stage, then come to the back room. I'm like, yo, this is really happening.
How did you get yourself prepared for that? Because that's like a major platform.
Prayer, for sure.
God, get me through this.
Yeah, like, man, I thank you for letting me get here, man. Just let me do what you gave me the strength to do.
Got you.
So see it through, turn up, and we're going to celebrate afterwards.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Would you say that was probably one of the biggest highlight moments so far for you throughout your music career?
A few of them for sure, yeah. I would say that's one for
Definitely
sure.
one.
Yeah.
You've also had the opportunity to write for B. Simone.
That's my dog.
That's major.
That was crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
Are there other artists, and we're going to come back to that, but are there other artists that you've been writing for as well?
I've done some writing for a few other artists. Nobody like super, like top tier, no disrespect to anybody. But that's something that I would entertain if the right opportunity presented itself. I've written for like people who want to dabble in music.
Sure.
So like they know like, all right, that is nice. Let me bring him on. Cool. I'm all right with that type shit. But other than that, like, you know how people get with the egos, like, oh, I don't need no writers. But I'm like, hey, you don't want the help? Cool. I'm not here to force you, but if you need it, I'm here, gang.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
At all. Because there are some people who, they can rap their ass off, but they're just not good writers.
They can't make no songs.
Right. So it's okay to bring someone in to help you, and it's okay to ask for help. I
ask for help. I be in the studio with my producer, like, yo, Sauce, what type of melody you had for this? Like, I don't care, bro. I'm not too prideful for that. Now, when it comes to the verses, cool. That's all me.
Yes.
I don't need no help with verses, but like hooks and like melodies and stuff like that, yeah, like tap in. That's what we here for. This is the practice room. We gonna build. We gonna work. Best product. Like they ain't gonna hear it until we put it out. So let's try to make it the best we can for sure.
100%. So working with B. Simone, you said that that's your girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's good peoples, man. She this was like early on in like her viral days. She wanted to do music for a while. I think we wrote like 2 or 3 records. She pushed one of them, did a whole video and all of that. But that's my gang, man. She was dope. She was dope, man.
That is dope, man. Absolutely. So you would be open to writing for other artists as long as that situation makes sense for you?
Yeah,
and aligns with what you're doing?
Yeah. I mean, I've been to writing camps, all kind of stuff. So I feel like those songs are being used for somebody else. So if I'm going to write a bunch of people, then I can write for somebody else for sure, women and guys. Like,
now that's a talent right there, because you can write for someone of the opposite sex. Some people wouldn't be able to do that because you have to step outside the box.
That's what it is. Yep.
And almost put yourself in that person's position. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you got to build a connection with that person. You got to kind of get like a background, a backstory, figure out how they grew up, what they into, like just watch them, check out their Instagram, see what they're interested in, and that kind of help you like figure out what you need to be writing about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've ever written something for somebody and it was so dope, you're like, man, I should have saved this for myself?
Man, not necessarily, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna say that I hold it back when I write, but if I hear it in my head, And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna give them that.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give them something.
Stash it for myself.
For sure. Like, that's a little too crazy. Like, they gonna know like you ain't even rapping like that. So it's not gonna make sense for you to have these type of lines in your song. So it's like, all right, sometimes you gotta dumb it down, and sometimes you could just be you, however you want. But
right.
It just depends on the situation for sure.
Depends on, like you said, the situation, and the artist that you're actually writing for. 100%. Do you want to get into the production side of actually like making beats? Does that interest you at all?
It's always been an interest for sure. I just never really found the time to tap into it. So I'd rather just let them pick the people that make the beats, man.
Absolutely. Who is your main producer?
Right now, I'm working with Sauce Lord. Shout out to Sauce.
Shout out to Sauce Lord.
M16, Black Metaphor. Who else I'm been working with? My boy Madness. Shout out to Wavy. I got a lot of producers that I just tap in with. What you got for me, Tom?
Got you.
Yeah.
Do you typically, based upon maybe the angle you're wanting to go with a song, that's who you choose that you want to work with? Like, oh, I know Sauce Lord can annihilate this production that I'm looking for.
I want to yes and no, because like for Sauce, for example, like I'll pull up to the studio and be like, bro, I was listening to this song on the way to the studio. I want to make a real type of record, like something like that. And he'd be like, say let's just cook that up.
Okay.
Or if I hear like a dope ass melody on Instagram, I might send it to M16 and be like, bro, make a beat out of this.
Got you.
Same thing with Madness, same thing with a few other producers, but I'm confident enough to know like whoever I send it to, they gonna hit the target.
Right. You're working with a bunch of professionals.
Yeah, like they're not playing, like they do what they do for sure.
Talk to us about the Ricky Smiley Morning Show theme song.
Oh man, I felt like I was rich after that.
Listen, you can't tell him nothing.
What? I thought I was on after that one. My cousin is first cousins with Ricky Smiley.
Oh, okay.
So I did that when I was a youngin'. This was probably like one of my first slices of like radio type of spin or activities, I'd say. So he called us. It was me and this other girl, Candy Blackcard. She was this girl from the neighborhood, and she was nice too. He said, yo, Ricky Smiley's looking for a theme song. We went to Patchworks. That was the first time I ever went to Patch. I'm talking about star-studded. Like,
yeah, beautiful.
Looking around like, wow, this is the big leagues right here.
Yeah.
So we recorded the record. They loved it. They spun it for a while. I don't know if they still spin it, probably not, but it's cool. But I still done it. So that whole process was fire until it was time to like talk about getting paid. And it's like, yeah, there's like 10 cents a spin, but now it's 10 people in the pot. So it's like, y'all can keep the bread. Bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't even worth trying to get $20 from y'all.
Exactly. Like y'all could keep that, put it into the lunch fund, but just probably the exposure that you can gain from a situation like that.
Connections that I made, the networking I was able to like maintain. So it's like I was paid in different ways.
And that's one of the biggest valuable lessons that I think we should learn in life, that it's not always about having a price tag on it.
That's what it is.
There are certain things we're going to do for free, but we know that we're going to make money from other areas by doing that. Yeah. Like I go out and I do a lot of media for free, but I know while I'm there, I'm going to meet people who's going to break bread with me down the line doing something different. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So sounds like you had that same attitude from early on.
Yeah, it's like you got to sacrifice a little bit, bro. You take a step back to take 3 steps forward.
That's facts.
The situation I'm in right now.
100%. I think every artist and entrepreneur out there needs to hear what he just said, because there are some that are just starting out and they're like, I ain't working unless I'm getting paid. I'm like, bro, do you not realize how much free work we all had to do in the early stages? We still do it. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as it makes sense.
Yep.
So that's dope. Speaking of like work and entrepreneurship, talk to us about these sneakers that you over here designing.
Man. Can I put these on the table?
Yes, you may. Put them up here so we can see them on display on that camera. I love those colors. I said that early on. And those two, I love all of them. They fire.
This is what I do, man.
Man, so those are beautiful.
I've been making sneakers since high school.
Wow.
I used to go to Walmart and like just buy a bunch of fabric. And like I was using glue sticks at the time.
Okay.
Like, not even knowing what the fuck I was doing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like my father had me cutting hair in the barbershop in 11th grade. So all my homies would come up there, I'd cut their hair. But back then I wasn't paying $200 for Jordan, so I'd probably go to the mall and buy like 4 or 5 pair of Air Forces.
Sure.
And just swap them out in rotation. So my old stage name used to be Doodad. That's what people used to call me, but the more notoriety I got, they was just confusing my name, calling me Dodad and all kind of like, I can't do that, dog. So I made an executive decision to just change my name to be Sincerely Dad. So I was like, when I rebrand, I want the shoes to be part of my brand.
Got you.
I was just only gonna make them for me. But I'm big on never leaving no money on the table. So it's like, cool, I step out, somebody like, bro, where you get them shoes? I'll buy them. You want to buy these?
Exactly, right? I'm on to something.
Yeah, so I kind of turned this into my merch. So like I spoke to you earlier, like I'm about to put the NFC tags on them, put the album on the shoes. So everything's pretty much synonymous. So you got the shoes, you got the music all in one, and it's tied in. And this is kind of like a therapy for me as well.
Yeah.
So I love making the shoes. It's like a canvas. It's like making music. Like you got a beat, put your words on it. You got a blank sneaker, put your art on it. That's how I see it.
Absolutely. And we all need an outlet. We all have to have something that is like a form of therapy for us. You've got a couple of them. You got your music. You got the creation of these sneakers.
Yeah.
Now, can someone come to you with an idea and say, man, this is what I'm looking for, and you can do maybe a mock-up of it and say, hey, boom, this is what it's going to look like? Like, how does that process work?
This is the idea that somebody came to me with. They was like, y'all, I seen that you use this bandana on another one of your shoes. I want, and it's crazy because they have not picked these. I've had these shoes for months. Like, people will leave shoes with me. All of these shoes are shoes that people have left with me. So now they're just my show shoes.
Right.
But yeah, typically somebody, like, they don't come to me and be like, yo, you have free range, or they'll come to me and be like, bro, I got this idea. I want anime with this and that, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'll bring you the idea to life.
Absolutely. Do you require like a certain, like the shoe can't be old and dusty and dirty?
Nah, I will bring old shoes back.
So
to life.
You'll revitalize them as well.
These are old. If you seen what these look like, white.
Oh, they was white originally?
Yeah, and I dyed them green.
Man.
Yeah.
So you even do the sole as well?
Yeah, I dyed the whole shoe green, and then
That's
I put the
hard.
fabric. Yeah, so I was like, you got old shoes, you got new shoes, because you know how Air Force, you get a couple wears out of them.
Yes.
And then it's done deal.
Exactly. They start creasing.
Yeah,
or...
so it's like, say less. You can't even tell that they creased.
That is
So,
dope.
cool. Bring me your old shoes. I bring them back to life for you, but you're going to have to clean them first, because I'm not cleaning your shoes for you. I don't do that. I don't restore.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
bring it
saying.
to
Like,
me in decent
be
condition.
presentable when you drop them off.
If
You
I tell
know.
you no, it's because you know why. I can't do nothing with
Don't
these.
have stepped in their dog poop and try to bring them to them.
I'm not
Like
touching these. You're gonna pick them up how you left them.
exactly. And I know it can vary, but like if someone gives you an idea what they want, depending on if it's a kid shoe, adult shoe, can you ahead of time kind of give them a quote of, hey, this is a ballpark of what it's going to cost you?
See, I got a flat price for all shoes.
Oh, okay.
Even if it's like this is a full cover. So this is just a full shoe cover.
Hold it up so they can see it on this camera right
The
here.
entire shoe is covered.
That's hard.
So it's the same price for that versus you just wanting the check in the toe box. So
Got
that way I don't have
you.
to have so many different prices, because people always ask me all the time. So if you want kid shoes, it's this price. Women's shoes, this price. Men's shoes is this price.
Got it. Understood. So for people who are interested in having some of their current sneakers revamped like you do, and I like how you got different designs on like those two right there. How do they reach out to you to book with you and get a quote?
I got a website with all of my designs on them. Not be telling people to use the site, but they still just DM me.
I get it.
It never fails.
I get it
They'll
too.
Jump right to the DM. So
Yeah.
if you see them on my Instagram or you see me out, just shoot me a DM. We'll work it out and go from there, man. I'll shoot you the prices and go from there.
What's been the most challenging request you've received?
Let me see. People who want them in a short period of time.
Okay.
Like next day.
Rushing it.
Come on, dog.
It's like,
They'll want a full shoe by tomorrow. Now, granted, I can if I got the time, because I can really make a shoe in a day. But I like to give myself 3 to 5 days.
Sure.
Because it's reasonable, and you're not the only customer I have right now.
and you are not his only
I'm telling you,
client.
bro. They think that, all right, you ain't got nothing going on, bro. What? Outside of just the shoes, man, I'm pushing products. I got a beard product line I just started. I do renovations. I'm a full-time father. So it's like next day, you're reaching. But if I can, I can. But if I can, you got to understand, bro. I was shooting for the stars.
Yo, I'm just cracking up because I deal with that so often. Like someone will DM me, and because I don't respond in 30 minutes, they come back all anxious. I'm like, do you feel like that I just sit here and stare at my wait for you? I got other stuff going on,
you,
bruh.
Man, it's motion 24/7.
24/7.
Other than that, like, I've never got nothing too crazy. Like, I've done shoes for like wedding parties. I've done shoes for people with size 16, like big feet. Jesus Christ, bro, I ain't got that much fabric.
Some boats.
Yeah, like, come on, gang. You using up all of my good stuff. Like, they want Gucci. Nah, the Gucci ain't Jeep.
That is hilarious.
But I ain't gonna hold you. I love it, man. Like, they be happy. It be just seeing their reaction to finally seeing the shoes for the first time, it just makes the whole process worth it.
Absolutely, 100%. Who would be somebody that, whether it's a celebrity or somebody you just really rock with, that you would love to design a pair of sneakers for? Let's manifest it.
For real, I would love to make some shoes for Wale. I would love to make some shoes for Fab. I would love to make some shoes for Beyonce, Rihanna for sure, and Tracy Ellis Ross, because I love her.
I think everybody does.
Facts. I love her. I would love to make some shoes.
Y'all heard that? Tap in.
If you hear me, I love you. No lie.
That is dope. So how long have you been doing this?
Probably like about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 years. Yup, 20 years.
Man, so it is truly, this is also a passion for you outside of doing music.
It really is. Like, I see it as it's the same thing, bro. A blank canvas, and I get to turn it into something different.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like when I got to do the same shoe over, it kind of gets redundant because I feel like it's a movie I already seen.
Yeah.
I want to see something different. So like when I get to build a brand new shoe, it's like, all right, cool. I'm excited to see it finished.
Right. It's a challenge, probably.
It really is. It gets fun. My son be helping me. Like, he knows the whole process, bro. He be tapped into.
Does he be requesting you to do his shoes up too?
More customs than me. Like, I have an entire sneaker. I live in a sneaker museum. Like, that's what I tell people. Like, you walk in my house, it's shoes everywhere. It's ridiculous.
I love it.
And he be like, when it's my week, he'll come over like, Dad, I ain't seen them. Make me those. Oh, yeah, cool. Let me just whip them up for you. And then he'll wear them and tear them apart. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I could have sold them to somebody else.
Exactly.
It is what it is, man. He like it. I love it, so I can't complain.
100%. One more question on that. Is it typically easier to work on, like these Nikes over here? They were kind of like a blank canvas for you versus someone bringing you some shoes that already has a bunch of stuff going on them?
I've done some shoes like that before. I would rather a blank canvas, but I'm always up for a challenge.
Got you.
I'm always up for a challenge. These were all kind of different colors. These were all different colors, so it's like, cool, I see that, but I got my own ideas for them.
Absolutely.
I done had people come to me with completely rhinestone covered sneakers. Like, can you do something to these? I can't do anything to these.
You're right, exactly, because I'll probably tear them up trying to pull all the rhinestones off.
I can't do nothing but dye them a different color for you. But if it's, I know like my limits and like my talent level as far as like what I can do to a shoe. If it's something I ain't even gonna waste your time, bro.
That's good that you're honest with them up front, because like you said, you don't want to present them with a product that you're not even happy with. You're like,
I'm not even finna put my name on that, bro. You go outside, you're gonna clown the both of us.
Right, and
no point in that.
People talk about, they don't talk about the good stuff, they talk about the bad stuff.
That's what it is, man. That's truly what it is. They just want to talk down on it, but I know I do great work. So
absolutely, those look amazing. What is the name of the business?
The Father Figure brand is what I'm representing.
Got you.
So that's the shoes, that's the music, that's my beard products, that's my renovation company, whatever else I decide to put under that umbrella.
Absolutely, that's the best way to do it.
It is.
It's just easier, right?
Everything
business
just ties
wise.
back. Yep. Everything can tie back to one company.
100%. That's me. My parent company is Mystics Entertainment, but under that, I've got all my other stuff that I do. Yep. That way, when I file taxes, it's just for one company.
That's what it is. One of my old heads told me that back in the day. He said, bro, put everything under one umbrella.
Yes.
You got one unity. Cool.
Absolutely.
Like
what all do you offer for your beard products?
So I just... Crazy enough, I have a sponsorship with a beard line.
Okay.
It's like not even just a beard line; it's a men's healthcare line.
Got you.
I would say it's called Scotch Porter, and they have beard products, lotions, body washes, shampoos, all like the whole nine. And I have a lot of friends who buy their products just because they see me promoting it.
I love it.
So cool. I'm not here to cut the middleman out. But if y'all gonna purchase it, then purchase it from me.
Sure.
So I did some research, and now I got beard balms, I got beard oils, I got beard washes. All of this is like a month in, so I'm still getting labels made. All the products are at the house, ready to ship. But once the labels come in, I'm gonna start promoting that as well.
Man, I think it's important that we have multiple hustles, right?
That's what it is.
How important is entrepreneurship to you and what you're already doing?
And I know lots of millionaires, and all of them pretty much preach the same thing, bro. One income is too close to none.
Yeah.
So
that's facts.
The average millionaire got 7 streams. So cool, I'm gonna try to run it up however I can. And I feel like I'm overly creative. Like, I know music is like my passion project, but I have like creativity just dripping out of me everywhere I
Absolutely.
go. So it just leaks on anything I touch when it comes to shoes. It could be like the beard products, modeling, like whatever it is. I'm just going to try it all.
Yeah. And I feel like everything is somewhat seasonal, meaning that perhaps the sneakers are more of a hot commodity in the summertime for you versus like, you know, wintertime. I don't know how it probably year round.
What?
But there's Christmas. That's true. That is true. But some things, like, you know, depending on what people do, are more seasonal. Like, okay, this is more popular in the summertime, so what can I do to get me through the winter months? You know what I'm saying? But that's good that you got businesses that are thriving year round.
Year round. Everybody's going to always want shoes, and then I don't just work on the Air Forces and the Dunks. Like, I do Timberlands, I do Chuck Taylors, Asics, Adidas, like
that's
whatever
hard.
You got, I can work on them.
I love it.
That's just whatever you want to turn something to something beautiful. I got you. Crocs, Birkenstocks.
Okay, so custom Crocs too.
Yeah,
I've yet to own a pair of Crocs, and everybody.
I have none either.
I have yet to.
Man,
I haven't brought myself to getting a pair yet.
My son loves his Crocs. I don't know. They just don't look right on my feet, so I'm gonna just leave them alone.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how. Yeah, I like the Birkenstocks, but it's like, I don't know. So they've come a long way. When the Crocs first came out, I was like, ain't no.
So hype.
But everybody swears about how comfortable they are.
I'll never know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll never know.
Me neither. I just haven't. Yeah, I'm with you. Let me ask you this. Back in 2017, you experienced a major loss.
Yeah.
While you were on a camping trip, your manager tragically lost their life due to a swimming accident, right?
Yeah, that was tough.
Gosh, and I know that's probably difficult for you to talk about, and you know, I'm probably touching a sensitive subject for you.
I rarely talk about that stuff. Yeah.
But I feel like it's one of those things that it's real life. We all endure tragedies in our life. You know, how did you get through that time, if you don't mind sharing?
Honestly, it was extremely tough. Like, I've never lost anybody super close to me.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. But that was like the first experience that I've truly had with that. And he was my manager at the time.
Man.
So we was super locked in. We had a little falling out, but that birthday trip was our reconciliation. So we locked back in. We was planning on the next project. I still wear his bracelet to this day. It's crazy. I got this. His name was Kwame. He's African and from Ghana. And it's so crazy how I got the bracelet. Like, my parents went to Africa last summer for an entire month. And based on like your birthday and the day you were born, they'll give you a Guyanese name. So they came back with bracelets for my son, my brothers, and my sisters. And this one was mine. Now, like, how the whole situation went out, like, when he was drowning, I was the one to jump in the water to try to save him.
Oh my gosh.
So to actually lose your homie and it be on your hands, it's like, he's gone now. I don't know how he feels.
Yeah.
So when they came back and gave me the bracelet, and unknowingly they gave me the bracelet on his birthday. Didn't even know. So to me, that felt like, all right, that's a sign. Like, he's okay with how it went down. And I pray that that's the truth, but that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. Like, they was blaming me for what had took place. It was tough, bro.
Yeah.
I went to therapy for 2 years about this shit.
As you should.
Yeah.
And the reason why I brought that up, and I know it's difficult, is because I feel like it needs to be talked about more, especially from men, that therapy is okay.
Yeah, I preach that for sure. Get in therapy. Get your ass in therapy, please.
Yes, mental health is very, very, very real.
You'd be surprised the shit that you can unlock talking about some shit.
Absolutely. And thank you for, you know, being transparent and sharing that moment, because I can't even imagine what you had to go through in that moment in time.
Super tough. Like, I was struggling for years. I stopped doing music for a while. Like, out the gate, like, when it first happened, I was super motivated, like, yo, I'm finna turn up for bro.
Yeah.
But after a while, it was like the death threats was coming in. People blaming me for what had happened. Like, they ran us out of his funeral. Like, he was in South Carolina. They ran us out the funeral, like, trying to fight us at the gravesite. It was tough.
I just don't understand how someone felt like it could have possibly been your fault when you were the one trying to save him. But
that's why I just stopped talking about it, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly.
You weren't there. You didn't have to sit out there for 12 hours while they search for your mans in this 30-foot deep lake.
Man.
Like, it's different, bro.
Absolutely. And that's the type of stuff that happens often, you know, so it's like, if people would actually, you know, pay attention what's going on in the world, that type of stuff happens often. And sometimes they don't even find the people. It's crazy.
So I was talking to somebody about it not too long ago because they asked me what the bracelet was for, and they heard me talk about him. He's on my first project. I mean, the project I just put out, the intro song. First line is, I remember Kwame told me, bro, you got this shit.
Man.
That shit make me want to cry thinking about this shit.
Absolutely.
Like, to this day, like still, like he might have believed in me more than I believe in myself.
Man, so that's irreplaceable.
It is, bro. You can't even buy that type of support, that type of love, that type of friendship. Like, that's tough, bro.
Definitely. Long live Kwame.
Long live Sneaker Q for sure.
Man, absolutely. And, you know, my condolences, because I know how hard it is losing people, especially in a tragic situation like that. That's difficult.
Kwame was like a Diddy, too. Like, not even like on no weird shit as far as work ethic.
Right, absolutely.
He was that guy in the city. You ever heard of Live Hip Hop Daily?
Yes.
He used to run that back like early, like 2016.
Oh,
17.
really?
Yeah, he was up there for a while.
So I wonder if I ever met him, because I've been over there a lot, because I know quite a few people who have shows over there, and I've taken artists over there to get interviews, and there was always people there.
Yeah, he's used to do interviews before. A lot of people, like, I think he's probably like one of the first people who really like stamped and worked inside of that studio.
Man.
Him and my photographer, shout out to Rainey. But yeah, we was over there all the time until that shit happened, and it was like, it'd be still like kind of weird when I go in there to this day.
Right, it's just different. His presence isn't there.
It's not there. It's just something I ain't gonna say something ain't right, but it's just
not the same.
It's not the same. That's all it is.
But his energy and his spirit's with you all the time, though.
Sure, yep.
Especially you got his bracelet.
Man, this is my guy, man. That's so crazy how I got this bracelet, man.
Yeah.
I love you, bro.
Yeah.
I love you for life.
Definitely.
Man.
Let's talk about Jack and Coke, man.
Man.
First and foremost, do you drink Jack and Coke?
Yeah.
Let's
I've been drinking.
Address the elephant in the room.
So my man's called me yesterday and asked me that shit too. He's like, bro, why you name it that? So back in high school, I had an uncle who used to work at the airport, and you know they got those little bottles that they sell you on the airplane. He used to sell me the cases for like $80.
Oh, wow.
And I used to sell them in high school. Please
don't come for him.
Yeah, so
that was back in the day.
That was back in the days, man. So we'd be turning up, and everybody would buy, like, everybody was drinking, what was it? Bamboo? No, not bamboo. I forgot what it was. It was some gin. And they was killing it.
Bombay.
Could not rock with it.
Yeah,
they would buy
disgusting.
They'd buy the vodka, they'd buy the Absolute, the gin, everything. Only thing left was Jack. Jack Daniels was the only thing always left. So I'm like, cool, if y'all gonna turn up, I'm not gonna not turn up with y'all.
Sure.
So I'm gonna drink whatever's left. So it was always Jack Daniels. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna drink it with the Jack and the Coke. And if you know me, you know that's my story, and that's always been my drink. So
absolutely. Have you? I'm sure you have the apple one, the Apple Jack.
Nah, I drink Jack Daniels with apple juice now.
Okay.
I don't do like the flavored ones because they more like a liqueur. It's too sweet for me.
Yes.
I'll mix it with apple juice now. That's my drink for choice now.
I tried the Apple Jack. It actually had a really good flavor to it.
I'm gonna have to give it a chance.
But you know what I used to do? Like you, I used to be a Hennessy drinker.
Okay.
And I would mix it with the Simply Apple juice.
That's what I mean.
Bruh.
That Simply Apples.
That Simply Apples can be dangerous because
I'm telling you, too many of them, it's gonna be over for you. Wrap it up, gang.
So you mix the Jack with apple juice now?
Yeah, that's what I still do the Jack and Coke, but sometimes like I don't like to do soda a lot anymore.
Yeah, understood.
So I just do the apple juice. Or
Got you.
I just drink it straight.
How long was this project in the works?
Some years.
Yeah.
Some of these songs is like 2020-ish. Like I literally will go through my hard drives and be like, man, this song is still hard.
Yeah.
And to me, it's old, but a lot of people have never heard this record.
Right. It's brand
new. So why
new.
would I just not put it out? So I sat down with a few of my homies, and we just went through a bunch of these records, and they was like, all right, cool. We started with like 50, narrowed it down to like 20. And then I was trying to do like 7, but I ended up with 11. So I'm like, all right, I can live with that.
That's still a good number because I'm guessing that the songs are in that 2 to 3 minute range, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute project.
So it's, still an easy listen. 100%. Sure. Absolutely. So the main single off of the project is Loose Ends and Outside. Those are the two songs?
So Loose Ends is probably the one I'm going to start pushing. Loose Ends has got a lot of love right now. And Outside, that's the one featuring my boy Akeem Ali. Shout out to Akeem for sure.
Got you.
Shout out to all the features on the project, but those 2 records I've been getting a lot of feedback from. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pour some water into them.
Absolutely. Was one of those songs the one you did the mic performance for yesterday?
Nah, I did that. The one I did for the mic performance was the record I got with Elway and Clay. It's called Budget.
Got it.
I did that one because my son picked that one. He's like, I like this song.
Aww.
So I got you, big dog.
And that makes him feel good that he has input on what you're doing.
I'm telling you, they was running the song, they stop it, and he's still rapping. And they like, man,
that's so dope. Biggest supporter right there.
He knows all the songs. He be telling his friends, like, oh, my dad's a rapper. Check out this video.
So proud of you.
I truly respect that. So
that's
to
amazing.
see me hustling, it's like, cool.
You're a great role model for him.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I truly do.
What did you perform when you were at South by Southwest?
Cheese and Grapes. That's the intro to the song. No Mistakes is on the project. And Fuck You Mean. Like, those 3 songs, I feel like people have, because I had them out prior to the project, so I was dropping songs and to build up for the whole project. So now that those are out, I wanted to kind of like, cool, let me do some records that they're familiar with. I've done Loose Ends out there as well.
Got it.
But I know that the crowd is going to participate with these records because they didn't heard them already.
Absolutely, and that's what you have to strategically plan for. Exactly. When you're in front of an audience, what song is going to resonate with this particular audience?
Yeah, yep.
Definitely.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to like performing new songs, but the project dropped while I was out there.
Right.
So it's like, let me give y'all something that y'all already know, and then I'm going to promote the project as well. And then now when you see me promoting the next single, it makes sense.
Got it. Sounds like you have a full understanding of how all this works. You got a lot going on business-wise. But let's have an accountability moment.
Okay.
What do you feel like is something that you could work on maybe just a little bit more?
I feel like I just probably need to like fully lock the fuck in.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm a scatterbrain. I'll say that. I can honestly take accountability and say that because I have so much shit going on. So I'll be like working on the shoe. And then as I'm working on the shoe, I'm like, oh, damn, I got to put the splits in for the project. And then I'll start working on that. And then I'll forget about the shoe. And then somebody will call me like, hey, I need this, whoop de whoop, and I just be bouncing from project to project, and it's like, all right, I just need to lock the fuck in on this, get this done, lock the fuck in on this, and get this done, to the point where I just painted my entire my workshop in the house. So I do my shoes and I have my studio in there. I painted the entire thing a chalk wall, so I can just write everything fuck down. I can plan it out accordingly. I can see it. Once you write it down, I feel like half the battle was finished.
Yes.
So once I write it down, I got a little bit more organization, and that shit has been helping.
Man, I struggle with that too, because I'll be in the middle of doing something and I'll think about something else I need to do. So I'll stop this to go do that, because I'm like, if I don't do this right now, I'm going to forget about it.
Exactly.
So I go do that, but then I forget about this other thing. I'm just like all over the place.
All over the place. It's like, all right, I need some type of cohesive organization.
Right.
So I can just like jot it down. So I really will, when I'm not at work, I will work like I'm on a schedule.
There you go.
So like, cool, I got an hour for sneakers. After I'm done with the sneakers, my son got to do his homework, and then after the homework, I'm back on music. I'm doing the labels for the beard products or whatever it is I'm doing, but I'm just going to schedule and block out everything how it needs to be, so I can really like be more productive with shit.
Absolutely, and that's the key, is you will be more productive if you have like a structure or a set schedule.
That's what it is.
I've got reminders on my phone to remind me to do certain things that I need to do on certain days, because if I don't,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. I'll completely
that's
forget
what I need to start
it.
doing myself, because I'm supposed to drop off some shoes to Saari today.
Oh, okay, dope.
I hit him like, bro, I can meet you around 1, 2 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, wait. I got a whole interview. I can't meet you around 1, 2 o'clock.
Shout out to Saari. He'll be there in a little bit.
Yeah,
that's the homie, man.
He ran down on me in South by Southwest. He's like, bro, he want these shoes right here. This entire shoe. Just wanted 2 of these.
That's
like, bro,
dope, man.
You made them? I'm like, cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah,
he's got a great platform as well.
He does. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my way over there too. Yep.
100%.
Owen is my guy, man. Shout out to Owen for sure, man. Shout out to the whole Not Sorry podcast, man. Y'all going crazy over there.
Great platform. Absolutely. What do you want to leave as your legacy through music? And your other businesses as well?
Leave empty. That's what I want to say. Like, there's a lot of potential in like cemeteries. Like, I preach that to my homies all the time. You got great ideas, man. Find a way to execute that, my man. So like, I want somebody to see me and be like, bro, sincerely, Dad, bro, he did it all. Like, not just the music. Like, he left a legacy with the shoes. He made an imprint in the fashion world. He was modeling. He got beard products. He got renovations. He got properties. Like, I just want them to be like, cool. It's okay to do more than one thing.
Sure.
And don't be afraid to like put yourself out there, because people be afraid, like, but the best shit lives on the other side of fear. So I always preach that, and just be you, bro. Like, that's it.
I love it. I love it. I love what you stand for.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And what is your son's name?
Grayson.
Shout out to Grayson. Got
Grayson.
a great dad.
Yeah, his initials is God for a reason. That's my heaven on earth, man.
That's amazing. I love that. And I like that name too, Grayson.
Yeah,
really nice name. Absolutely. Anything else that you got coming down the pipeline that we have not talked about that people need to be put on game with?
Let me see. The website, the Father Figure brand, lifestyle brand website will be done soon. I got another sponsorship. I don't know if I can say it because I had to sign an NDA, but y'all will see that soon.
Okay.
I promise you that's going to be super dope. It's a worldwide campaign. I'm super excited for that one.
Congrats.
It's a hat company.
Okay.
What else?
I like the one you got on too, by the way.
Yeah, this is me. So you see me, the Gucci brand, that's me right there. That's how I'm coming. If you want one, DM me.
Holla at your boy.
For sure, man. But other than that, I got another project that I got with Sauce that we probably going to start gearing up for that one. We shooting videos for a lot of the songs on Jack and Coke right now. But I got the merch on deck.
Oh, yeah. Bust out the merch.
Yeah, so I got 2 different options. So I got.
He came with a duffel bag today.
You're not playing. So boom, here we go. I got the white option.
So people can purchase these through your website as well.
Yeah, website as well. But every shirt is going to have the dad tag. It's the NFC. You put your phone to it. Boom.
That's amazing.
The whole project going to pull right up every time, and there's more music on here than there is on the platform.
That's
so
hard.
Supporting the project, I appreciate that, and I'm always going to support father figures.
I love that.
Yeah, so this is how I'm coming.
Those should be flying off the shelf.
They are. I ain't got too many left. I got to drop some off when I leave. I'm not going to lie to you. I just got some off yesterday in Griffin. I got a homie that I got to bring some to downtown. But yeah, I got the merch going right now. The beer products is going. The sneakers is always in rotation. The music is always in rotation. If you need renovations, holla at me. I got a full team. We do it all.
That is amazing. Yeah. Like, what do you not do? It's probably easier to say what you don't do.
What I don't do is give up. That's what I do.
There you go. Hey, that was a great answer.
That's what I do not do. I don't know how to do that because life is too short and I ain't got time to be quitting on myself.
Man, that is facts. 100%. I know you've probably given it out throughout the conversation, but where can people follow you at on your socials?
Follow me on all platforms at sincerely.dad. I follow back, man. I'm not too bougie. Just shoot me a message, show love. I show love back. That's all it is, man.
And you stay active on your social media too, which is important. I see you always posting new content and stuff.
I got to, bro. Like, we in the era of content, bro. There's people out here posting every day, multiple times a day. So people be too cool to post. Like, you an artist, man. Put yourself out there.
Listen, according to Meta, we are supposed to post in order to stay in the algorithms 2 to 3 times a day.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, dang. That's why I bought me this vlogging camera right here.
I had to grab me one of them.
This thing is so clutch, and I probably have produced more content the first week I got it than I did in like 6 months.
Really?
Because I keep it with me everywhere.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's super smart. What's that joint called?
It's a DJI Pocket 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can film in it. I'm not a spokesperson for them, but man, I'll show it to you when we're done. This thing is clutch.
And they had it at the mic drop I was at yesterday. I meant to ask him about it. He was using it with his phone. There's an app on your phone. Yeah, I actually started filming interviews in my radio station room on this because I film it in 4K. Yeah.
You would never know it was filmed on this right here.
That's wild.
The quality is amazing.
Say less.
Yeah, get you one.
Yeah, I got to. Get y'all one too. Stop playing with y'all.
Yeah, stop playing. Get
your shit, man.
Got to. That's one of the most important things. Definitely. Who do you want to give thanks to, give a shout out to for supporting you?
I want to give a shout out to God for waking me up every day. Shout out to PCMG, the whole label. I love y'all. Shout out to my son. Shout out to my father, my mothers, brothers, sisters, all the people that support me, all of my followers, the people who stop me and DM me and show me love and tell me how songs make them cry. Like, that shit is important. So I appreciate anybody that reached out, that felt something when you heard something that I did, or made some shoes for you, or made you smile, or made you think about something profound in any way, man. I truly appreciate all of that. And I also want to thank myself for like not being no lame and giving up. Sure.
I was going to correct you if you hadn't. Yeah. Got to shout out to and love on yourself.
Man,
you see, I love me.
Facts.
Got to love yourself.
Facts, so.
That's
what it is, man. If you don't, nobody else will. So
that's facts.
Turn up for yourself, man. Every time, every day, every chance you get, man. Promote whatever you got going on, because 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody else gonna do it for you.
That's right. You got to show up for yourself first.
Facts.
Before anybody else does. One last question. We're live right here. Big Industries Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Wanted.
What makes Sincerely Dad the industry's most wanted?
I'm just too talented, man. Like, I'm just a jack of all trades. I'm a pocket knife out here. So most people ain't got the talents or the majority of skills that I got. So that type of shit is in high demand.
Yes.
So I'm always gonna be most wanted, and the ladies love me. So you know, there's that, man. You can't forget, man. Shout out to the ladies. For the ladies.
Exactly. They're gonna be your biggest supporters.
They are, man.
Hands down.
They love how great of a father I am. They send me that shit every day. They love the shoes. They love the music, man. So cool. I know that if the women like it, the men gonna love it. So I can't lose like that.
He's living his best life, y'all.
Telling you.
Facts. It was so dope to have you here. I love your energy.
You for having me, man.
Of course.
Great pleasure to be here, man. I'm on Industry's Most Wanted.
You better believe it.
Mama, I made it.
We up out of here, y'all.
Yeah, love.
Came from the gutter, but I still be shopping at Publix for a little peace of mind. Bro, I got a pitch, they know that I'm lit. Your hoe wanna hit, I put on that shit. Bitch, I'm never mad, I'm just throwing fits. They know who it is. Whole city.